Mame fa say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Team on Sisano. Honorable Kwame Aboja, ne ka wa team so odi MP. Eno an oda so team odi di minister. On Sisa ka no, ye to afoforo bi ama no. Atofo ase, ne ka na no yusu. Hwe all the ministers go and check. One says Sam George de ba mre bi, wo ko hwe mu kra se na ka no kroto no NPP time. You ready? Modia ntro ho. Modia ntro. Entro. Omo wi amuna ya say ade no kwa say oto the NPP time o. Oto the NPP time. O te say me when manage DB ho ya. Metimi di DB agba be ka ho atwi no be 1 year say no register. So ho. Obia ni wa wato ka mo no wa be ka cha me say nipa no live some luxury lifestyle bi. Honorable Kwame Aboja, wo tia no kwa wo so e minister. Ne ka wa team dada na atofo the whole finance minister ka dada no team. Enti eno na 38.2 for ni ho a no makoma ye omo yase na de nkrofo yiye ya hwe ye ni atotontro bi antumu a 2028 abede mami ka bibi nkyira mo whoever NDC present me menya prophetess ma so for nka wo mo de me di politics achi ache all these years eti me read political system the way see echo. No matter the candidate NDC present in 2028, NDC will win 2028 election. Eti eno no mumfam to mutirim. Baby adwuma wa aye 2032. Eno depend candidate no be win 2028. Ama NDC no adwuma obaya for the first 4 years. And be kire so obeto aso anase won to aso. Eti hwe sisi ayi de Munya obi washa mo nkombi obwa odada mo o ma mo false prophecy mo de musika akoma no be je kwa all right we nya be ma Bernard Mona wa leader for the PNC mema na akwaba wa churo bibi mekan yansa na mene na akwa start ye nkomo no Bernard saying all right into ko Facebook a wo hwehwe Bernard Ambatayala Mona ne Facebook page and amewo the big push agenda sourcing the 4th estate and the Ministry of Roads and Highways. Ghana stands at a critical crossroads. The question before us is not whether we need roads, we all know we do, but whether we have the courage, urgency and clarity of purpose to deliver them. The big push agenda championed by John Mahama-led government is not merely another policy initiative. It is a bold declaration of intent, a $10 billion commitment to confront head-on the infrastructure deficit that has crippled our economy and burdened our people for decades. Across this country, from bustling urban centers to the most remote communities, the cry is the same: roads, roads, and more roads. Chiefs demand them. Farmers depend on them. Traders rely on them. Workers suffer daily without them. This is not a partisan issue. It is a national emergency. And yet, as the government moves decisively to respond to this urgent call, we are witnessing a chorus of criticisms, loud, relentlessly, and in some cases, fundamentally flawed. Let us be clear: no serious nation developed by allowing procedure to suffocate progress. This paragraph, I think you have to explain to me. Let us be clear: no serious nation develops by allowing procedure to suffocate progress. Make I drew hono. And I want you to explain. So you explain. Competitive tendering is important, yes, but when it becomes a bureaucratic bottleneck that delays critical infrastructure for months on end, it must give way to lawful alternatives. Sole sourcing as provided for under Ghana's Public Procurement Act is not illegal. It is not unconstitutional. It is a legitimate tool, one that responsible governments may deploy in moments that demand urgency and efficiency. Do the risk exist? There's a question mark. Absolutely. Sole sourcing can open the door to abuse if left unchecked. But allegations are not evidence. Suspicion is not proof. To date, neither the Fourth Estate nor the NPP minority has presented concrete, viable evidence that any official has engaged in conflict of interest, inflated contracts, or abused their offices under the big push. Instead, what we have seen is an attempt to reduce complex engineering and procurement realities into simplistic or arithmetic, dividing total project cost by kilometers of roads and presenting that as analysis is not accountability. It is intellectual laziness. Yes, road construction is not a one-size-fits-all exercise. Terrain matters, soil condition matters, drainage system matter. The difference between emphatic roads and surface-treated roads matters. Within 2 years, no, I said, to ignore these variables is to mislead the public. The Fourth Estate plays a vital role in our democracy, and its duty to hold government accountable is unquestionable. But that duty must be exercised with integrity, depth, and respect for facts, not sensationalism. Ghanaians are not interested in noise. They are interested in results. We must therefore strike a balance between vigilance and vision, because scrutiny and speed, accountability must not become an obstacle to development, just as urgency must not become an excuse for impriority. Time is not on our side. Every delayed project is a farmer unable to transport produce, a trader losing income, a worker spending hours in deplorable roads. Delay has a cost, and that cost is borne by the ordinary Ghanaian. The Big Push agenda represents an opportunity to break this cycle of delay and disappointment. It is an opportunity to act boldly, decisively, and lawfully. Let us not sabotage it with premature conclusions and unsubstantiated claims. If there is wrongdoing, let it be proven with evidence. If there is none, let the work continue. Ghana cannot wait. By Bernard Mona. The can't quite explain the paragraph now. Me can't share one.
That's baby. My name say also your Facebook follower.
Oh sure. I follow by you are my friend on Facebook. I follow you.
I've been following the attacks and possibly the work of the Fourth Estate and the Fourth Estate. It's not all the time too that they get it right.
Okay.
And as a media house, they must also accept that sometimes the stories they put out may not necessarily be factual.
Okay.
I'm not an engineer.
Okay.
But because I'm a farmer, even on the same farm, the soil is different.
Okay.
There are places that are muddy, that you need to go and plant rice and not maize and not soya bean.
Oh, okay. See, rice, more
muddy area, water
okay.
area.
Okay.
So if I have a land that is watery, there's water. I will not go and plant maize because at a certain point, maize doesn't need so much water.
Okay.
If I am constructing a road through my farm, which I always do, and we get to the muddy areas, you just don't put the gravel on it. No. You have to excavate.
Okay.
To clear the mud to reach some hard area. Fill it up with stones. So what you say?
Matthias,
that filling is a cost.
Sure.
Inti say, oh, kwakwa. And I'm sure that if you take the Cape Coast Road, you see a lot of blasting had to take place.
Yes.
They have to excavate, blast the rocks beneath, because when blasting rock now, rocks we are told they grow.
Yeah.
And then you see that the road will be cracking. So you have to blast the rocks. The cost of the blasting will have to be added to the contract.
Okay.
Not the length of the road.
No, not the length of the road.
The length of the road, yes, is given.
Okay.
But what other works will you have to do on the road? Because that is what the engineering studies will tell you.
Okay.
Into Ubenya Road, 1 kilometer, but what will go into that 1 kilometer is different from what will go to another 1 kilometer when you are doing a road to Sankana, because that place, the terrain is level and sometimes straight. It doesn't need you to just come and say that the length of the road. And yeah, I'm sure that many contractors have done that. And by the time they finish constructing the road, you will see that the road begin to sink. If you want to do a good job, you will see that there will be contract variation depending on the soil, depending on the area, and many other things. And these are common sense issues for me, because when I go to the farm, I know which portion I can grow maize, I know which portion I can grow soya, I know which portion I can do sorghum, and I know which portion can do granules, and I know which portions I should use for rice. But if you don't do proper soil analysis, you end up losing rather than solving a problem. And this is one of the things I said, that yes, Makofa road contract. Now we say, oh, this is the contract sum, and compared to 2016 and now this is the no. Look at the terrain, look at the soil texture, and many other engineering things that will go into it. It's as basic as that. And so if we do that, it will come. Yeah, it's not also true. Say sole sourcing always leads to inflated contracts. There are many reasons why you can do sole sourcing. Ejuma bi a okakoye, bi a obi na odi sa idea no buy, onunkwa no nimye.
Okay.
Onunkwa no nimye. And now you have, and in Ghana, there are many contractors that are registered not just with the Ministry of Roads, but contractor capacity, any bibiano, it's assessed.
Yeah.
Inti ejuma bi waha, se o pese on fam Ghana ni, unim the capacity of a Ghanaian contractor. So only sa capacity no na odi ejuma no man I want to won't be your. But the job would have been given to him, and that is why most contractors are giving jobs and they have uncompleted building.
Yeah.
So within the road ministry, they know which contractor has capacity and which contractor doesn't have capacity. Now, and I said why. One of the projects I think is dear to my heart is the Afram River, the bridge.
Yeah.
But I disagree with the contractor that was chosen.
Okay.
Because Sonitra, and America says Sonitra is of Israeli background. Omunye Sika, to benefit the Israeli government to continue to do the things that they are doing in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Iraq, because they have money so they can go and do it. So if you ask me, they should not give the contract to support the conflict that Israeli governments are engaging. But beyond that, who in Ghana doesn't know the capacity of Sonitra? Yankora Bremunu, Yenina Yehu Ejuma Sonitra, why ye ewo maimu. So my biases does not take away their competence.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, there's no government contract that you go through competitive tender that will take you less than 7 months to get through.
No.
Indeed, we allow administrative processes to delay projects that are in urgent need. In any case, why are we pretending about this situation? Yeah, I'm saying that from every department, only few institutions. And our company. Now me wa company. Now Yakodru, Mr. Exo, Or per se unfair jumano mao. Yeah, they will find a way to give you the job.
Oh, that one there is true.
Even if it includes insider trading, they will give you.
They will give you.
So competitive tendering does not necessarily mean that the right person is giving the job. We brought a procurement law that we have a way to circumvent it. So why do you allow such torturous administrative processes to delay and deny people what they want? I know that in the 2026 budget statement, and one of the things that was of interest to me was on the agri sector, where they are going to do about 10,000 kilometers of roads. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
So that they will link the farming sectors to the communities. That day, the American Ministry of Agriculture, I'm pleading that they should come and do the roads to my farm. In so yeah, you have to walk about 8 kilometers to my farm because the roads are not good.
The roads are bad.
So normally you struggle with the cars, get halfway, then you park the cars and then walk into the farm. By the time you get there, you are exhausted. You have to go and eat. So you lose the opportunity to actually go and do productive work.
Yeah.
Except if you are like me, you want to stay on the farm. But when you come and you are walking 4 to 8 kilometers to get to the farm, by the time you get there, you are tired. If the roads were good, why would you delay?
Yeah.
Because I don't know whether it's coming from the maize from my farm.
It could be.
Do you understand? I don't know whether it's coming from the farm of your friend say the minister for health.
Yeah, Akando. Akando too is a professional farmer. Sure.
Once the food gets into the market, it gets mixed. So if you Bernard Mona foam, if you Akando foam, if you Napo foam, Anabaumia foam, you don't know.
Mahama Sukura will foam.
Mahama Sukura will foam. So you don't get to know where the food has come from. What you know is that they go to the market and you are eating. In fact, I'm sure that if we had the opportunity to select where the food is coming from, some people will not eat. Will not eat.
That one I agree with you. So, some people will not eat.
So it is on that basis that I think that, look, once we have not been able to establish any wrongdoing on the part of the minister responsible for roads, once the fourth estate has not been able to tell us that the contract way inka this will be the contract value, and no crime has been impugned, why are we still making noise? Yes, in my article I also pointed out the fact that it can be abused if not checked.
Yeah.
So we have to put in the checking mechanism. That is why we can have the procurement authority. So that sole source in no the document has to go through the procurement authority. They do background check, and in the end, they will grant you the permission to award that contract. And I think that, as I'm told, over 900 projects were awarded under the big push. Only 88 of them
were sole source.
So what is the crime here?
Okay, so comment and I say, you may find say article. Bernard Mona will show on the page and Mama na discussing
who some other people's responses.
People are responding to it?
Yeah, many people are in line with me. A few people, one of them went and wrote a lengthy article. Whilst I'm talking about sole sourcing, he goofed by going to talk about single sourcing. In my article, I criticized and I also commended what sole sourcing can be done and what we should be looking for as a nation. So if you read it with a partisan mind, you only see the portions that tells you that, look, you can do sole sourcing. And you will not see the portions that give the caution that we should be cautious about it. The other one was one of them that I think I read. I say, me, I mean, sole sourcing, but I always criticize the Nana Akufo-Addo government. Then I asked, point out one sole source contract that I criticize. Anyhow, so definitely, people have their own biases. As far as Bernard Mona has said something, and that thing is in favor of John Mama, chai. But I sat here, and I told John Mama that, I think just last week, I told John Mama that his stance on that we should have patience with oral. He said, no.
Yeah, last week.
That one, those of the MPP and the right wing. They didn't see that. That I am of a different view and strongly in this same studio. I condemned it. That no. Say, you should come and tell us to have patience. We went into the polls with anger.
Yeah.
At the level at which they were grabbing things for themselves. That's the CNO, you say, take action, then you are telling us to be patient. No, we cannot be patient when we took anger into the fight. So I just want people to, that of course, just the same way I can criticize, I expect others to also express their views, but they must be founded on the facts.
Okay. All right. Yabako and issues now you be ho and common of which the kind Israel ne Iran for Tokoya ama ne Bernard Mona say contract cry the ama company cry the simple. Sonitra. Say woman koye Afram bridge no kro no omonya adwum kwa ro menye sika kra ko support yi. Ya won ama crude ebo ekosoro world market and it is affecting yes we fuel price na ekoso ewa ha no. And until there's pressure on government to say on review energy levy one cedi na eda fuel price no eso no na onyi free ho se na be ya bo no ebeba from kakra. Bernard.
First and foremost, I mean, the workers at my oil refinery Abaso. I'm sure saying Kanya or Muntia.
Kaya kwachen say you.
Nkabebia yebedrono and dafem. Because you would have been importing processed oil, not crude.
Yeah.
And processed fuel will be much more expensive than bringing fluid into Ghana and dealing with it. And so I think that is important. Say, okay. The second important thing that I think we should all look at is that once the oil refinery is in production, what prevents the Ghana government from doing another refinery? The same way I've been advocating that if President Atta Mills thought about the Ghana Gas Company, because now we had to depend on gas from Nigeria and other imported LPGs. President Atta Mills, yenya oil pe ose dabi. The days of flaring the oil no emboyang. After all, we are reducing our dependence on hydro energy to thermal energy. Abra, you go and buy big generators and then come and buy fuel to be able to generate electricity. When we could power these generators with gas. Atta Mills went out, got a loan, brought it back, and I'm certain that by now we should have repaid the loan in full. Established the Atuabo Gas Project and the Ghana Gas Company. And then the Atuabo Gas Company and the Ghana Gas Company are able to supply 40% of Ghana's gas requirement. 40%.
Yeah.
Next, let's say we still have a deficit of 60% that we have to import.
Sure.
That importation increases the cost of the product in Ghana. That deficit, if Atta Mills could do it by doing a gas company in Ghana, Atuabo, we can do a second gas company.
I think the gas company called second one.
If we can do even 20% of that again, that means that we have moved from 40% to 60%, leaving our deficit at 40%. And I'm sure as time goes on, government will be investing and we'll get to a point where we'll do more than 100% that we can consume and also export. That should be the mindset that should go into the oil refineries in Ghana. That the total oil that we have. Now, why would Ghana even produce oil and export the oil in its crude form? So because we are producing oil in this country, we should be able to establish refineries to process it. Yeah, say yeah, processes na anya petrol nkwa na anya wo.
Yeah.
Anya diesel nkwa na anya wo. Anya bitumen and fertilizer. I wouldn't say anya fertilizer from processing crude. Anya fertilizer from it. And the byproducts are so many that in the end, we'll be able to cushion ourselves as a nation. However, Sasambonsam semi. Israel any America kofa baye. Ifi. Iran tini baby.
Iran tini baby. Oh.
Omo nuclear enrichment program. Omo leader Ayatollah has been advising them not to go extreme. Let's use it for our enrichment, but let's not go into the production of nuclear, your friends say, atomic bombs. Israel is producing atomic bombs. The United States, nuclear enrichment program, they are producing atomic bombs. In fact, they are producing the worst bombs. They call them biological weapons.
Yeah.
You see, as you see, the effect can be over 50 years. No other country is allowed because America thinks that they are the only sensible and sane people.
Yeah.
Israel thinks that they are the only sensible and sane people. But any other person in this world has the tendency to become mad. Today we have two mad dogs.
Which
in Israel
and America.
And then that America has produced a madman. That Israel has produced a madman who has become so fixated about killing and bombing people. Iran to the baby. You say you are going into negotiation with Iran.
Yeah.
What Iran is doing should be what any proper human being should be doing in this world. Iran says that, Israel, why are you bombarding people? Israel was formed in 1948. Yeah, the Israel we are talking about today was constructed in 1948. It is not the biblical Israel that we are talking about.
Yeah.
This is an Israel that the world wanted a place. I think Prime Minister Balfour wanted a place even in Uganda to settle the Jews. Somehow these Africans were smart. They said no and rejected it. The Palestinians were forced to host Israel and give them a portion of their land. And then Israel is taking every space that belongs to the Palestinians, particularly in the Gaza zone, extending their border and threatening everybody. And the Israel we have is a collection of people that were rejected and came from America. Those that came from, your friends saying, Germany, and many parts of the world, even in Russia, they are in Israel. America support Israel. They decided that they will launch an attack and kill the leader who has always prevailed on his people not to take their enrichment program to nuclear status. But killing that man has not stopped the people and their belief.
Yeah.
It is a human being that has died. But the fight for their liberation has not ended. And yeah, I'm sure that if you go to the internet, you will see the Iranians and what they are requesting for. America, a true Pakistan, almost submitted your friend saying, their peace resolution. So,
yeah.
They submitted their peace resolution to Iran. And then what happened? Iran says that no. Open peace. And these are our terms. And if you permit me, I read.
Okay.
So Iran has submitted its response to Pakistan regarding the US 45-day ceasefire proposal. Listen to the United States. They are being bombarded. Into all of a sudden, they are seeking a 45-day ceasefire. And Iran ekaye. Iran has rejected a temporary ceasefire and demanded the following. Temporary ceasefire, no, almost dabi. Now, almost a permanent end to the war on all theaters in the Middle East, including Lebanon and Gaza.
Why should we even say 45 days?
What's it, 45 days? Yamfa yetu onto ho.
Yes, after the 45 days,
after 45 days, then we come and start fighting. That is not how human beings think.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So Iran is thinking like a human being, saying that no, if the war is not good, then we should not have a ceasefire. We should stop it.
We should stop.
So we will reject the temporary ceasefire and look for a permanent end to the war, including Niamoya or Lebanon and Gaza. Is that not sensible people talking?
It's very sensible.
Iran says that the dismantling of all U.S. bases in the Persian Gulf. United States, why do you have to go and create military bases in other people's countries? Can Ghana go and establish a military base in the United States? Can Ghana go and establish a military base in Russia?
Not at all.
So why does the United States think that they must have military presence in other countries until you have to dismantle? This is sensible. Almost implementation of a new transit protocol that recognizes Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz and allows Iran to collect tolls. And almost the lifting of economic sanctions on Iran and acknowledging Iran's right to peaceful uranium enrichment per its inherent right under the non-proliferation treatment and the United Nations Charter. The paying of reparations to Iran for economic damages suffered during this war. And in one breath, Iran says that, look, as for your bridges in there, you bet me akosi. Your nuclear plants now mobile bombing, mo bombi we are you bet me akosi. But nipa na mu kumo mo korana mu kumo mono. Can we be able to bring them back? I'm saying that this is how human beings think. Not the other way around.
The other way around.
And in the face of this, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Tamai, they say, no, Abeka said, no, the war is not justified. As for the Spain President, Super. Also, they will not allow their base or their country to be used to launch attack on Iran. And no flight coming through their base, their airspace, to Iran, going to attack Iran will be permitted. Ohona, France is also. Sisia, Austria is also. And many countries are beginning to hold their own. And the European Union has come to say that this war is not with their consent. They cannot back it. So you see how America is being isolated under the lunatic leadership of Donald Trump. Because you are virtually losing your allies.
Yeah.
And you'll be weakened. I'm told that Iran says that anybody that will have to buy its oil, you have to pay in yuan, no more in the US dollar.
Yeah. Now I'm saying no bezin go so money abre.
Yeah, that be $100 bill.
$100 bill.
Odeba, monko for Chinese. Russia, they have liberated themselves long time ago.
Long time.
They are not collecting any payment in US dollars. So when you have lunatic leadership, this is how it will end. Above all, the British Prime Minister has come to say that the war is now in its second month. But Donald Trump said that it was going to end pretty soon.
Yeah.
2 months is not long, according to Donald Trump. Now it's imposing economic hardship on everybody. Certainly Ghana will suffer. Nti, minu ya penyi anoka say, how can global happenings skip other countries and affect Ghana? This time, this global happening is not skipping any other country. Even the United Kingdom is feeling the pain of the global happening. Italy.
What's the difference between this one? Because as a Russia-Ukraine war, no, any idea reference, the Russia-Ukraine war, no.
It was not Russia-Ukraine war. When the economy was getting bad under John Mahama.
Okay, you are talking about John Mahama.
And I Baumia say global disruptions
cannot affect
Togo.
Okay.
Cote d'Ivoire,
yeah,
and come and affect Ghana. How? I'm sure that you remember those pronouncements.
I remember.
Then all of a sudden, we had to challenge Baumia that, how can global COVID, global Ukraine and Russia war come and affect Ghana? Because Unoka said it should not affect Ghana.
Yeah.
But reality has done to you that global happenings affect countries. And in our case, those global happenings affected Ghana most. Because when the IMF provided facility for other countries to come and take, Ghana was the first to quickly run there. Kind of for that led us to go and take, I think, about 1 or 2 billion.
2 billion.
At the buy. Cote d'Ivoire did not go there.
Yeah.
Togo did not go there.
Togo did not go.
So how did global happening impact on Ghana that we had to go and take facilities? And then those countries refused to take. So another global happening is coming. And I'm waiting to see the comment that will be fast. Of course, whilst I am going to feel the pain of global happening because their fuel prices have started going up.
Yeah.
What it means that transport costs will go up.
Will go up.
What it means is that cost of diesel to my farm will also go up. Yeah. I'm going to suffer as a farmer. I'm going to suffer as a parent whose work have to go to school using the vehicle. Because fuel prices will go up. And therefore, the cost of school fees is also going up because anybody who is excited about, say, the war should extend so that fuel prices can go up to meet what Nana Akufo-Addo left, that person is only a national traitor.
Okay. Thank you very much. So do you agree with people saying, say, you review energy levy there?
Oh, no, there's no doubt about it. I think that last week, Mekan say, look, there are taxes on petroleum products. And I stated that, look, until 1988, there were no taxes on any petroleum products. But if you are a student of economics, basic economics, elementary economics, you will know, you will know that petroleum products have inelastic demand. Yeah. You can say inelastic demand now. When you draw your demand, the demand curve is straight vertical. It's just straight vertical. What that means is that it doesn't matter the level of the price. Baby a ejina no, or hone ejina. So say, oh Bejuma, how many liters do you use to come to work?
Many there when it comes to liters, but I calculate the amounts.
Okay, how much do you think you use to come to?
Me to 200 me to me the Bejuma. I send the coffee. The next day, me send to me the bag. At least it takes me
3 days.
3 days,
okay,
yeah.
Good. So that
if
3 days.
If only man call baby fufuro bianca.
I don't call baby fufuro. In person call baby fufuro. Until Uba ejuma, and it costs you 200 Ghana cedis for 3 days. Yeah, will that change if the price of the fuel? That means that that is 200 divided by 17. Or something.
No, there be say 1330.
1330. So when you divide 200 by 13. I
normally buy at Star or Goyle.
So when you divide, you will get to realize that you are talking about some 5 gallons.
Yeah.
And a year auto. So anytime you are coming, so the quantity of fuel that you consume, now say Ochina say fuel price is no cost 300 cedis. Yeah, can you reduce the quantity? You'll be forced to use, because if you don't buy that quantity of fuel, you will not be able to come to job.
Sure.
So because the quantity is fixed, it doesn't matter, say price you know air cost you still buy the same quantity.
The base quantity.
And that is why we say it has an inelastic demand. But in some imbalances, they will say perfectly inelastic demand. The quantity remains the same, but the price can go up and come down. And that becomes a source of revenue for government. So they add taxes, they add levies, they have whatever charges. Because you cannot reduce the quantity of fuel, you are compelled to buy. Consequently, so in this instance, we need to look at, I think that we are still paying the energy debt recovery levy.
Sure.
We need to look at it to see whether we cannot do away with the energy debt recovery levy. We need to look at what we used to call the COVID-19 levy, was put on fuel prices as well. Can't we take it? I think that one has been taken out.
That one has been taken.
There are many other taxes, levies, and the charges that are put on the petroleum products. For the time that we are in this crisis, and then when the crises are over, you can find a way to reintroduce
it. Okay. All right. I think cool weekend, you know. Adia ba kwa na ye trend pa ye sachet water na ye see ye babetum. Na ye see ye two from 10 Ghana cedis per bag to 15 cedis. And sisi ase ba ko 50 pesos. Oko baby omo yi no miensa 1 cedi. And I will be so ba ko 50 pesos. So the amount are turning ye be ye amount. And I learned the Trade Minister, Honorable Elizabeth of Osue-Jari, engage the manufacturers and then price no. Yes, omunjane sa aban si momentum.
Yeah, I just hope that by maintaining the prices, it will not affect the quality of the water we drink.
Okay.
I am hopeful. Because now, because there is this conflict, petrobua akoso. Now electricity now we use jumano. Nebua akoso. In addition to that, now saying electricity to make off anytime. So people will have to put up their standby generator because in the course of processing, say lights cut off. Now one twice, so it can also have chemical overconcentration somewhere. Yeah. So most of these people will have to support their work with standby generators. And in the end, the cost of the standby generators also will have an impact. If the cost of producing what we call pure water in Ghana gets high, and we tell the people that don't increase your wholesale or retail price, would we compromise on quality?
Yeah.
Because say yes, I mean for chlorine and an alloy. And I need to take alloy from 1 gallon or 1 pack. Now I'm in question soon. Now my coffee half the purification will not be nice. So we would have claimed that we have processed this water, filtered it, but we know that what is needed to make the water nice and treated will not be there. So they can decide that let's reduce what goes into the treatment and purification of the water so that we can maintain standards. Who is going to check that standard for us? And not me, doing a work.
Okay. Okay.
If the minister is able to talk to them and they realize that they were making supernormal profits, if the profits were above, and now they made some windfall in the past, and today government is asking you to sacrifice part of the windfall to cushion the situation, and it can be cushioned without compromising on the quality.
Okay.
Beyond that, I think that because I don't see how you can ask me to reduce the cost of my maize and expect me, after I've reduced the cost of my maize, I should be able to go back and go and do 100 acres of maize. After I've reduced it, I will not be able to buy fertilizer.
Yeah.
I will not be able to do inputs. My things will fall.
Okay. Make our messages in Kofi Samuels, NDC executive, please wake up and speak to judges and the Attorney General to speed up prosecution and jail these criminals so we can have sanity and peace in the country. All right. Julia Jackson, I'll see if you see this kind of old men standing there talking as if they were not in Ghana 8 years ago, it makes me get boiled up. Okay, don't insult them. Why? One can say what to whom for say undo matem.
We are carrying coconut hairs.
So what is said Nana say over 100 years in a scan machine in government hospital.
And you Nana can you?
Watching him. And so watching him a kind. So Nana.
Watching him our kind. Was he trying to indict Nana Akufo-Addo?
One way or the other.
Because Nana Akufo-Addo has been MP for Chebi for 12 years.
Yeah.
Became president for 8 years.
Sure.
Then the Ghana National Petroleum Company GNPC Foundation. Omo discover bebre command na. Se on fanye dem.
Festival.
Se on fanye festival. That's the kind of yadema watching him. Couldn't that have been used to buy a scanned generator and other things for the Chebi Government Hospital? After we celebrated that festival, those huge sums of money, will we still celebrate? But around that festival, some people fell sick and they needed to be scanned at the hospital. The Ochinhine was not in the right frame of mind at the time that the Ghana GNPC Foundation was giving him money. I think it was $1 billion to do the thing he did. All of a sudden, his mind has been cleared. That he realizes that, oh, after all these years, we don't have a scan in our hospital. It's good to decry the lack of development in our area. But when our chiefs yesterday were praising and attacking anybody who said that Nana Akufo-Addo was not doing well, Ochinhine will not agree with you. In fact, he called on people to come in defense of Nana Akufo-Addo government because he's doing well. After you have asked people to defend Nana Akufo-Addo for the good job he's doing, reality is here that common scan at the Chebi Hospital, it doesn't exist. Now who calls him? Say Nana Yehudia. Say Nana Yehudia. You could call Nana, and in fact, I agree. This is the home of now former president.
Yeah.
That the hospital does not have basic things.
Common scan.
It's a danger.
No.
Assuming Nana went there for an event and now then all of a sudden he is taken ill.
Yeah.
He must be stabilized in that hospital before.
Hospital.
When he's stabilized, he can be taken elsewhere. So the home of our leaders must have certain amenities. That is why they are our leaders. And I'm hoping that what Nana Addo and Ochinhine is saying today, that is not taking place in Bole. That your mama, they are telling you that if the Bole hospital is not up to scratch, please
go and do it.
Also Bole, and normally I think he goes there for New Year or so.
Yes, Easter cry he was there.
Until Uko Bole, and then there is an emergency. That is where they have to take care of you. They have to stabilize you before you can possibly be airlifted. Anna. So Ochinhine, the statement is a potent statement, but coming from you, it takes away all the shine.
Okay. All right. Yabako, and so from Amisha said, other messages kakrebi or homin kind of yantua. Yeah, and last topic, so I think our time is almost up, but we'll do justice to the last topic. Okay, mention I mean kind messages in the kakra by war. George Akolache. Or say, did Nana just arrive from Jupiter? Hey, you people.
Yeah.
Mama Menyasem.
Yeah, Ofimaso.
Isaac Zion appear say I dance with this information. KMA Mayor about 2 p.m. at Santiman Pono. The NPP are making noise, but Ghanaians are not hearing them because of the good governance, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and this will keep the NPP in opposition for a very long time. Ramos Kofi Mensah was say, imagine if the dollar rate to the cedi was still at 16 as it was on November 2nd, 2024, interbank rate. And yen to mean to 1 liter of fuel. Okay, I get where you are coming from. Say, I think dollar to cedi rate and also up one ama fuel price and original baby because senka dollar and I'm 17. And you know, kaya so be I think I get your point. Kofi Zidi. Hey, what they are kind of know they me can ye why? Stephen Joe or say Nana just returned from exile or was in hey. Abotre.
Obi oni chebi hini na eka.
Nyabotre why? Abotre. Julia Jackson or say they hide in an older than you then they the transfer of Mr. Mekan Kofi Simon or say a friend your man can assaulted the police officer and he's walking freely. If I were the one, will I be going around? I don't know what first ask me about me. And okay, all right. Okay, yeah, who say Kaneshi footbridge in Ohono. Mayor for AMA, we're closing it down. Now, some be a waka ho, and I'm a person here discussing no pay. Say, once I saw footbridge, no, Obedu so near Tom Foods when you low and shiny high. Obedu no more Moses can what so. Yes, I do so many manners. I near my cost of business and casa, a great deal cost of footbridge, and I say nipa, and fasten one cross, so can't mono. Ye did you want to pedestrian up as or fasten. Obedu so not a white choky. And or say, Omu maintenance na omo bi anto ade o subiem Bernard no problem yeah
is it the people who are selling not the people who are buying that is the problem?
Both. Okay, the one who is buying, because if the person is selling and you don't go and buy
precisely,
yeah, so I think the buyers.
So if I were the AMA boss, instead of investing my energy on those who are selling, we will invest our energy on those who will buy. Say, Ofi Jom now, but I don't know one ton so.
Yeah.
I don't know one ton, or person on ton wood.
No, I will do food bridge and also now.
Food bridge, you know, wage in a hand now, person on to Bibia. You have committed a crime. So I think that over the years, no, we have sacked the traders and now the sellers without sacking the buyers.
Okay.
And from the days that I got to know when I was a student, Abaye, I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
Now your AMA tax force. No, Mukitamba, Kings.
Yeah. Then they'll be beating the traders rather.
They will be beating the traders. They see us, then we'll carry our goods. I am very familiar with the Kaneshi food bridge.
Yeah.
My counterparts are still selling there. Yes. I'm not me share ice water and joy. And I made tongue pito in my head. No? Some of my friends were shoemakers.
They are still there.
They are still doing shoemaking. Some are still selling watches under the food bridge. Inti yang say me anuya pito. That now anuya pito no. Now you take a paint container, you put caps on the lid, then you go and buy ice block. Now they akobunsu or pipe. Yeah.
Oh, why Juma?
And then you carry it on
business now can.
Yeah, you carry it on your head. Then you start shouting ice water and me joy. Who could do her? Nani pano. What's so no good cap no amount coins. And there are some who still owe me.
But can you identify them?
No, you know, just at the Kaneshi place, there is the police station is also then there is some fufu bar there. We used to go, and sometimes up to now, me call her. Then me know my cotton. Ne ako fufu bar, ne ako kai say I had ne didi wo. So we are still very friends.
Okay.
Very good friends, and yeah, we suffered. Unama uton wa ice water miyojo e. Afina abaye eba.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.